This is my review and first impressions of the Fantik laser level tripod, model number D100 Pro. Got this from Costco for about 50 bucks. I've been very curious about having my own laser level for a long time, and for whatever reason, I've just never gotten one until I saw this one at Costco, and I was like, hey, 50 bucks, I'll give that a whirl. So maybe you're in a similar situation if you see a similar deal for this. I do have another Fantik product that I like, but I like to use products and use them in a practical sense when I review them. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go ahead and level and mount these 3 frames behind me. As you can see, they're just kind of on the shelf. Final Empire map, if you know, you know. What's up, Dragon Steel? Let's get into the unboxing. As far as the contents of the unboxing, there's the tripod, there's the laser level, which both seem to be of pretty decent quality, at least for home use. Super magnet bracket, which we'll get into in a little bit. USB cable for charging, a drawstring bag to hold most of the items except for the tripod end, and a user manual. So here is the actual laser level. It's a good quality plastic. You have, of course, the lasers that come out here, the vertical and horizontal ports. Charging port right here on the side. Looks like USB-C. On the bottom, 1/4-inch thread, so that means it's gonna work on just about any tripod. And it's blinking right now because this is not level, right? It's telling me, hey, this is not level, do not use this. There's some buttons on top here, this side for vertical, this side for horizontal, if you just need horizontal or vertical. So if I just hit vertical, it should be now vertical. If I just hit the other one, horizontal plane. So that's kind of nice. I'm sure that's a common feature among most laser levels, but that's a nice thing to see. And you can, of course, control the brightness with this 3rd button here. Probably can't really tell a discernible difference on camera, but it is a little bit brighter, it is a little bit duller depending on what you're doing. Next up is this tripod. So let's take a look at it. It's small, compact, I like that. The legs here, I mean, they're not fluid. Everything feels secure, like the legs aren't moving. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that got set up in like 30 seconds, maybe less than. A little tilt, a little pan action. If we unscrew this, and there's a little knob here to bring it up a little bit. That's about 5 feet, I'm 7 foot. Nothing to really write home about. I mean, it's light, packs into a small package. That's what you want. As we showed earlier, this is a 1/4-inch thread, so it's gonna work on most tripods. You just put the tripod plate on your laser level. You can hand tighten it, that's nice. I like not having to use a tool. There you go, now it's on. Okay, so this is the magnetic mount that I showed earlier. I've already got the laser level on it. It just mounts with a 1/4-inch thread, just like the tripod. The point of a magnetic mount is versatility and quick setup, because you don't need a tripod necessarily. This is obviously a bit of a steel plating or steel frame here on this wall. Yeah, there you go. The magnets work. On the laser level, there is locked and unlocked. This does not mean on, off. This is just 2 different ways to kind of guide your leveling. Effectively, unlocked is telling this to go full auto. There's probably plenty of circumstances where that's all you need. So, but if you just need to go full auto, just know that you can just move that switch to the unlocked. And then basically, as long as your tilt on the tripod is not greater than 3 degrees, it will be able to self-level itself. However, what if in our case, we need to actually kind of level up a little bit to get up to there? That means we have to go to locked, and we're going to basically kind of go in a bit more of a manual mode. So to turn it on, you would hit the power button up here, and you would hold this for 2 seconds. So 1, 2, now it's on. So now you can see the laser level up there, right? Now I'm more concerned about horizontal, so I'm gonna turn off the vertical. And now we're just on just the horizontal line. This is where you kind of need to maybe double check your leveling itself. Yep, looks level. Another thing to note real quick on the laser level itself is, what is this number? What does this number mean? This number right here does not mean degrees, does not mean anything about leveling. It's purely about how much battery you have left. All right, final thoughts on the Fantik D100 Pro. As you can see, we completed our little project here as our little demo. Very easy to work with and use out of the box. Literally, I opened it, I set it up, and I said, we're gonna mount these today, honey. And she was like, okay. So we put these up, and I think they look pretty good. Don't judge me too harshly. I'm not like the best framer and all that, but this did help me be a little bit more level and be a little bit quicker about it, which was very nice. I think a good question is, do those benefits that I just highlighted, does that apply only to this device, this Fantik? Absolutely not. I think there are multiple other laser levels out there, depending on where your use case might be more beneficial to you. However, my use case is gonna be frames, shelves, and TVs. I think I'm gonna find this useful for those things, and maybe a few other things that I find oddly around my house, right? Whenever I'm working on this project or that project. I think this is good for people who are just trying to maybe enhance their home a little bit by mounting this or that onto their walls. I do like the $50 price point. I think that's actually the big takeaway from this, that for $50 you get this very decent laser level. You get a pretty decent tripod to put it on and use it, and you get a few other odds and ends to help put together a whole kit. And for 50 bucks, walking out the store with it, that's a pretty compelling package altogether. So that's all I got, guys. Please like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one later. Kitty cat.